When it comes to gaming phones, I still believe the ROG 5 is a viable option for those of you that are heavy into gaming. Now, of course, there are plenty of gaming phones out there on the market, that are more updated, more of an update device than this device because this came out in 2021. So it's been around, for the last 4 years. But this is, to me, this is still a viable option, especially if you want to get it for, a lot less money. But it depends. Now it depends. Now some gaming devices, they could be better than this one. I don't know. I haven't had them. I'm not really a gamer, honestly. I just got this phone because Flossie Carter had did a review on it and I was impressed. And I had never had a gaming phone before and I just wanted to check it out. But and the thing when I got this, the one thing that blew me away more than anything was the speakers. These speakers are ridiculous. These speakers sometimes get so loud till they hurt my ears. And I like everything loud, but seriously, these are by far the best speakers I have on any smartphone that I own. And I own a lot, I got quite a bit. I don't have the kind of amount of smartphones that a lot of these other content creators have. I don't because my channel's not that big, and I'm paying paying for all of these out of my own pocket. But, I used to have more. Now I've given away probably on my channel out of the last 3-4 years, I've given away probably close to 10 smartphones. I just gave away 5, a couple weeks ago, 5 smartphones, and I didn't have a problem with it because, if I could be a blessing to somebody else, that's all good. And I wasn't using those devices at all. I mean, at all. But there are certain smartphones that I'm sorry, I'm just not letting go of. This is definitely one of them. And I just did a video on the LG Wing. That's another one. I'm not letting that phone go. No way. Just not happening. I love this device. Now, I don't care about the cameras, even though the cameras on here are not bad, but it's the build of this. I always keep a case on it because, most phones for me can get slippery because my hands are usually super dry, but this has such a great build. It has a good thickness, has a good weight. I don't like thin phones. I believe I've shared that with you guys before. I don't like thin phones. Everybody trying to make these super thin phones. I know there's people out there that probably want a thinner phone. They want a lighter phone. But for me, when I think about build and I want my phone to feel like I just want it to feel like, I don't know, that it has some kind of quality to it. Like if a phone is too thin and too light, it don't feel like a quality device to me. Maybe I'm not explaining myself well. I don't know how to, explain any better than that. But I need a phone that has a little bit of, I need some thickness and I need some weight. Now it don't have to be some kind of heavy brick, but I just need that for me. That's just my preference. Okay. So when it comes to weight and thickness, this is the kind of phone that I want. Okay. Now, the thing also I love about this, the front firing speakers, yeah, they're front firing. That's what I was getting ready to say. On the front of the device, they have little slits. It has a little slit right down here. You can't see it because of the bezel and run right up there. I love that. I don't know why other manufacturers won't do this. Now, I'm not saying putting a speaker down here and one in the earpiece, they don't sound great because I have plenty of devices that do that, but there's no chance of you covering the speaker when your speakers are on the front of the device. So when you're holding it like this, there's no chance of you covering up the speakers. None at all. Because some people, when they hold it like this, they're covering up the speaker, even though a lot of times having your hand like this where the speaker's at can kind of make the speaker sound a little louder because it's, kind of holding in the sound. But I mean, it ain't nothing like having speakers just facing you, period. And you don't have to worry about that at all. So these front firing speakers on here are absolutely nuts. They're crazy. 1080p display. You got Gorilla Glass Victus on the front, Gorilla Glass 3 on the back, aluminum frame, excellent build quality. Now, the other thing that's crazy on this device, 165 hertz refresh rate. 165. That's what I'm talking about. When it comes to just sheer speed, this is still the fastest device that I have. I mean, this thing is just crazy, crazy fast, and it's nice and smooth. You just when you're scrolling like this, it may not seem like it's scrolling a lot, but it is. It's very, very fast. Very see when I for some reason it don't scroll fast with my thumb, but when I use any other finger, you can see just how fast this is, and just super smooth. I keep it on 165 all the time. So you can go from, I think it's 165 to 144 to 120 to 90 and down to 60. So you got all these different options. I always like 100 and 165 because when I'm using something, I want to max it out. So I'm loving that on this device. You got this headphone jack down here that sounds great because it has a DAC on here. This phone has two built-in amplifiers. That's why the sound on here is nuts. But I'm telling you, put a set of headphones in here, the quality of sound with this is almost, and I say almost as good as the LG V60 32-bit hi-fi quad DAC. Not quite as good, but it's close because that has a quad DAC. This has a 32-bit DAC, but not a quad DAC. That's what makes the LG still sound better overall. But these speakers on here are definitely no joke. Now you do have these built-in triggers up here at the top, right here and right here. For those of you that are gamers, you can charge this device from the side also. So say if you're playing a game like this and you don't want to have it plugged in here, you don't want it, this may be in your way, plug it in at the bottom. You got your triggers up here, have at it. Excuse me. So you can still enjoy your gameplay with with not the device being plugged up here. You have it plugged up on the side, or you can charge. Somebody can plug their device up to your device and get charged, I think, from this device, as well. Like you can have it plugged up here and they can plug up there, I think. Now, I could be wrong about that. Now, the fingerprint sensor, I already talked about that. Oh, this also has a LED. I don't know if it's going to come up. Oh, there it is. There it is right there. LED notification sensor. So when this thing is charging, it'll be red. When it's finished, it'll be green. And then when I get certain notifications, it's going to flash. I like that. That's something that I miss on these newer flagships. The phone don't get super bright, but it gets okay. Oh, you know what? I got to apologize, y'all. I made a mistake. The highest refresh rate on here is 144, not 165. 144. So 144, and you can go down to 120, then to 90, then to 60. So 144. So if 144 is this good, I don't know what 165 is. I guess I'll find out one of these days. The next thing that's really huge about this device that I really love is the battery life. This thing has a 6,000 milliamp hour battery, easily 2 days. This thing sips battery to this day. Now, I don't know how great it is if you're gaming, because like I said, I don't game, but I'm telling you, the battery on here is great. 2 days easily. Also, 67-watt fast charging. So it charges really fast. So you can go from 0 to 70% in 30 minutes and 0 to 100% in 52 minutes. Now, of course, no wireless charging, no reverse wireless charging, which is unfortunate, but most gaming phones don't have those. I believe the 9 Pro finally has wireless charging, I believe, if I'm not mistaken. Now, you got the Snapdragon 888 on here. Android 13 is the last update for this device, even though this device, for some reason, did not get Android 13. I don't know why. Let me see if I could find it. Let me see the system and go to about phone. Go to, let me see. I hadn't gotten a security patch since 2021. And I don't know why that was a situation. Let me see. All right, gotta go back. Software. Let me see. Should have came up. Software information. I don't know why they didn't come up on here about what version of Android 11. I'm sorry, Android 11. So this device started at Android 11 and it never got updated to Android 13. Does that mean that's going to happen to you? Of course not. You know, I know people that said they actually their phone actually got updated to Android 13. I don't know why this one didn't. It just never did. But I will say this, it has never affected the performance of this device. This device still performs very, very fast. So performance is not a problem. This is still the fastest phone that I have. The fastest by far. It's not even close. It's not even my OnePlus, as great as that is not as fast as this device. This device just loads everything up so quickly. And like I said, when you're scrolling, it's really just butter. Just butter. And of course, you can see how huge this display is. The display is huge. So you're definitely going to enjoy this at 6.8 inches. Like I said, the cameras are not too bad. I did a full review. If you want to check out the photos and the photo and video samples, you could do that. But other than that, it's really not a whole lot to say. I mean, I do like it. It has 12 gigs of RAM, comes with 256 gigs of storage. You got that DTSX sound with those two dedicated amplifiers, which I told you about. That headphone jack with the 32-bit hi-fi DAC, not quad DAC, but it does have a hi-fi DAC. Has Wi-Fi 6, NFC, Bluetooth 5.2. And like I said, I like this device to this day. I really do, especially the build of it. And I got this really good protective case on it. Protects the corners, protects the front display. Like I said, no scratches on the front display at all. And you know what's really cool about having a device this big? Look at where my thumb is. That's where the power button is. For a device this tall, the power button is exactly where it should be. Especially, everybody don't have long fingers. I don't have long fingers. I have short fingers. Okay? My hands are like medium to large, and I don't have long fingers. I have kind of short fingers. But the button placement is perfect. Like, this is probably the best button placement that I have on any device that I have, based on the size of this device. You do have your always on display. I just wish it was brighter. It's really kind of faded, so it's not the best always on display. Forgot to mention that. But I mean, I could easily reach the volume rockers and easily reach the power button. There's really no stretch at all. So this is a great device in my opinion. I still love it. Battery life is still great, 2 days. The speakers are absolutely nuts. It's super fast. It's super smooth. Performance, no problems. Unfortunately, this one didn't get upgraded to Android 13. But like I said, I've had no performance issues. The fingerprint sensor can be a little, but the face unlock is crazy fast. Very, very fast. All right. So do I think you should consider the ROG 5 in 2025? Yes. Like I said from the beginning, I still believe this is a viable device in 2025. No doubt about it. If you can get it for a really good price. Don't pay $500 and $600 for it, even though it just might be that much. But it's still cheaper than the 8 Pro and the 9 Pro, which is, I think both of those are closer to $1,000. I think the 9 Pro may still be over $1,000. So if you want an older one, but you still want a great device, you can definitely pick up this one. Also, these RGB lights, this lights up in the background if you want, so that's kind of cool too. And it doesn't drain the battery at all. They can just keep flashing different colors if you want that. I wish it actually worked where when you got a notification, it would light up. That would be kind of cool. But that's it. but I do think this is worth picking up to this day. All right, so thank you all for taking the time to view this content. I do appreciate it. I hope everybody out there staying safe, staying well, and I'll check you guys out in the next one. Peace.